All right, fourth grade, we're going to do some practicing with some modeling clay. So the first thing you need to do is you need to work the modeling clay and make it nice and soft and workable. When you first get it, it's really hard. So you can go back and forth to either hand. You can roll it between your hands like this. You can roll it a little bit on the table. Okay, but whatever you can do. You might want to make it into smaller pieces so you can make it a little easier on yourself to work with this. Once it's warm, and you will discolor your hands a little bit, I want to put these two pieces back together. You're going to be practicing making coils. So you might have referred to these as Play-Doh snakes when you were younger. I'm going to start to roll on the table. I want an even pressure, and I'm going side to side, so from here to the other side. When I'm doing this, you want to roll from the tips of your fingers all the way through the heel of your hand. Nice long rolls. Even pressure. If it gets to be a little too long, you can roll with two hands. That is fine. You do not want this to get smaller than a pencil. So when I compare to a pencil, it is still a little bigger than a pencil, so that is good. Now once you have a coil, what are you going to do with it? We're going to start by practicing to make a spiral. So I just take the end and I'm going to roll it up with no gaps inside. All right, so there's a spiral. It's pretty easy. Then something else that you can do is called a double spiral. And that is when you take it from both ends and you turn them until they meet in the middle. No gaps here, but you will have a little gap right in the middle right here. That's okay, we can deal with that later. The next one we're going to do, or you're going to practice, is you can also do a flat spiral. So I start like normal. Okay, there it is. And then I tap it on a table, and that's going to make it squared off. So these can look pretty cool also. So squared off like so. Some other things that you can do, you can take your coil and you can make squiggles. So I'm going to, like a ribbon, make it go up and down. I want them to be the same size. Don't want any gaps in there. Because again, when you're building with coils with clay, any gaps could end up being weak areas. All right, so there is the squiggle. And then another thing that you can do is you can take your clay piece, coil, I'm going to fold it in half. All right. Fold it in half again. Fold this one also. And I can now put these together like so. So these are just vertical stripes. When you're working with regular clay, we would have you cut these so that the ends would be completely the same. But for right now, I'm just going to sort of push them so that they're the same. So that is something else that you can make. And last but not least would be to take small pieces that you would roll in your hand. And these are little spheres, and you could use them to fill in any spaces that you have. So I could put even a smaller one than that. If I want to fill in that space, I can fill that in. I could use it to fill in this space here also. So that when I'm building my coils and I can have maybe a straight coil on top like this, I won't have those gaps. It just makes for a more solid project. So if you can just practice the double spiral, the squiggles, the regular spiral, the squared off spiral, and doing vertical lines and maybe some spheres, you will be ready for the next class. Have fun.